Many people I hear saying that because of this situation, I'm becoming more successful. It's making me dig down deep. It's making me go deep on this. And I'm finding out my true worth. I'm finding out my true worth. Being bold and courageous, something just popped in my head. For our children that are graduating or supposed to graduate this year, a lot of us know, unfortunately, it won't happen. Well, not in the traditional graduation ceremonies. Let's go back to 2001. If you were here, you know what happened. 9/11 took place. And with that, a lot of our kids, unfortunately, they were being born. Or they were born that year, or they were born a year after, which is 2002. So now, some of those kids are graduating this year. That's something to think about. Alright? That's something to think about. So, we have to work to keep our children, our young stars, alright? Keep them motivated as they get ready to walk into a new chapter of their life. And even with the uncertainties that we're sitting in, it's up to you, parent. It's up to us as a community to rally behind and rally around and pull the wagons to support our graduates. And not just our graduates, how about our middle school young people? Our middle school students. If any time that they need our support, they need our support aggressively at this moment. So we got to in challenges. We got to display some honesty. We got to display some uprightness in this whole situation, so that you, me, our children, our graduates will come out ahead as they were born to be. All right? They were born to be that shining star. They were born to be success. They were born to be, all right, a person that will rally around and take advantage of their opportunities that is coming down the line. So it's up to us at this moment to assure that they don't miss the train. Because guess what? I hear it coming. It's coming right now. So hey, pack your bag, because here it comes. People get ready. Alright? Arrival, that's the A in challenges. Arrival, success. Arrival of success. Now I understand a lot of people have their own definition of what success is. But what is success for you? See, I can't dictate to you what success is. To you. Because there's a lot of different definitions of success that rallies us. So what is success to you? What does it mean to you? You know, for some, unfortunately, yeah, I said it, unfortunately, success for them could have food on the table. Success for others could be a great amount of money in the bank. Success for others could be a nice fine car, a vehicle. And then there's success for others that could be, as I heard this morning, a Navy vet stated that he only had $982 in the bank. And believe it or not, he said, I am happy to have that 900 and some dollars in my bank account. That is success to me, I quote. What is your success? Is your success seeing your children, your stars, careen over into the next, successfully over into the next chapter of their life with that diploma, with that degree, with that 6th grade graduation, with that kindergarten graduation. So you know, but the moral of the story is make sure out of everything you are determined to know or to have success at what it means to you. The L in challenge is live. Alright? Being active. Moving. Using your moving parts of your body to your advantage. Being active. And this time that we're in right now, the worst thing you can do, the worst thing that we can do, is give up being active and to be stalled. Allowed ourselves to be stalled. S-T-A-L-L-E-D. Stalled. Because as you know, one thing does not stall on us. It's called T-I-M-E. It's called time. Time does not stall on us. Time continues to tick, 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 tick. So while some of my brothers and sisters are out there on TikTok, remember, as you on TikTok videos, remember this, the TikTok of the watch. The TikTok of the T-I-M-E. Boom! Time. L, last, survive. Are you a survivor? Destiny Child. They just popped in my head. Alright, Destiny Child. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. But are you a survivor? Alright? Are you going to be the last one standing? You know how, you might start up an organization or you might start up a group, whatever it may be. You might have 30 people at the initial meeting. Well, by the time you get probably to the 5th meeting or less than that, that 30 will dwindle down to, I got 5 on it. That's right, to 5. Well, that 5 right there will help you to survive because they see your vision. They see the dream. And they have the same outlook as you. So the last will survive. The last 5 will survive. And you are the leader of the last 5. The survival technique. E in challenges is effort. Putting the effort forward every day, leading straight through all that attempt to stop you and landing on accomplishment. Again, alright, the effort that you put through leads you past all the obstacles attempting to stop you in your tracks. And once you continue to move forth, then you land on accomplishment. N, how many of you you got some nerve? I dare you. Where you get that nerve from? I'm talking about N-E-R-V-E that starts with the letter N. Nerve. Alright? A lot of us have nerve because of the fact that we have what is called self-confidence. We know that we believe in ourselves. So we are able to step out of the rim, step out of the norm, push forward despite, accept the challenges, jump the hurdles, because we have what is called self-confidence. Self-confidence will take you a long way on this journey. But you got to believe first and foremost in number uno. Who is number uno? Number uno is you. It's you. So believe in the aspect of you. Have the courage. Then you got the G. How many of you all are G's? No, I'm not talking about OGs. I'm not talking about a gangster. But I'm talking about have that go-getter spirit. Ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. Ain't no stopping you now. You on the move. That's that go-getter attitude. That go-getter, that eagerness. Trust me, if that eagle that I showed earlier did not have that eagerness about him, those little baby eagles would not get fed. If you don't have that eagerness about you, then all that you are determined to do will not come to fruition. It'll wind up being one thing and one thing only. T-A-L-K. Talk. So move that talk to the side and bust out. Who that? Bust out. Rick James. I'm busting out. Busting out of this serious funk. Busting out. So you bust out with that eagerness. And you move forth. And anybody, anything that's in your way, trust me, when you bust out with that eagerness and that go-getter attitude, the water will split. Where's Moses at? Moses, come in here and split the sea. It will split wide open. And it will give you the opportunity to move forth and accomplish whatever your eagerness leads you to. Whatever your go-getter attitude leads you to. Easy. I heard that. I forget who said this, but they said that the more they climbed up the ladder, the easier it seemed. The less there were arguments, the less there was profanity, the less there was stress, the less there were pain, because everybody up here, they had made it. And everybody that was still stuck down on the bottom, if you will, they had attitude, they had hate. They were the crabs in the barrel, if you will. Challenging and refusing to allow one to climb up. And you hear the story so many times. You hear the story so many times about, when we look at interviews of stars, when we look at interviews of business owners, entrepreneurs, and how they talk about the hard times that they came through, the pain that they came through, the agony that they came through, when they talked about how much they wanted to give up in the midst of the storm. But in the midst of the storm, they had the audacity to continue to move forth. They brought through. They went through with the courageousness. They brought up the honesty. They arrived. They were active with life. And they survived. They were the last one standing in the midst. And they put forth their effort to accomplish. And they never gave up on their self-confidence. They showed their nerve by moving forth with that self-confidence. And they were go-getters. And now they land on Prosperity Avenue. Now you can land, and if you have not landed, now you can land on Prosperity Avenue. Because you're easy, like Sunday morning. I'm not going to sing. I know you're probably saying, well, sing that one too. No, I'm not going to sing, but I will tell you that's the Commodores. Lead vocals, Lionel Richie. And now we got the S, the last letter of the word challenges. And that S is no more. No more. Alright? That S is no more than being seasoned. And being, what is seasoned? Being experienced. And I just want to shout out to, and I hope I don't, Myskim, that's Myskim. Thanks for joining in. Dane Ray, thank you. And thank you for your kind words. Alright? And God grant you all the miraculous favor and authority to add to your legacy as well. Thank you. It's an honor and I'm humbled. But there you have it. Challenges. Challenges. Just think about all the people who would not be who they are if they gave up. Think about all the people that got families and they must feed their families. But they can't feed their families because they gave up. You heard the old saying, soon as you give up, soon as you throw in the towel, now you're sitting at the bar like my girl in the Temptations, alright, saying, darn, I should have stuck with it. Don't you be that person sitting at the bar saying, I should have, if I would have, should have, could have. Because you gave up. Because you threw in the towel. So, we got the next page, which is win. All we do is win, 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 win. Alright? Where Kylie at? Alright? But the win is solutions. There's the word. Solutions. Okay? So the S is to be sure of yourself. And if you're not sure, seek out advice. Seek out advice from those who have walked the path before you. I guarantee you, they got some answers for you. So, be sure of yourself. And stay away from those naysayers that are out to kidnap. They're out to kidnap. Naysayers are out to kidnap the S-U-R-E in you. The sure. And they want to replace that sure in you with the D-O-U-B-T. What does that word spell? They want to replace the sure in you with the doubt in you. You get it? The sure in you, the doubt in you. And now you're walking around looking like the Riddler in the old Batman series. You know what the Riddler used to wear? He used to wear a green suit. And on that green suit was nothing but question marks. No answers, no assurance, no confirmation, but question marks. The Riddler. Don't you be the Riddler. You be of assurance. You be of confirmation. You be of the one that is willing to be humble enough that you can go and sit, that you can go and ask, that you can go out and seek the answers to the equation of your next move in seeking your destination. That O is outlook. Have an outlook for where you are going. Have a vision for where you are going. And if you have a vision and if you work hard for it, you'll get to it. You know what? You know what? This is graduation. And I can only imagine how many of our young brothers and sisters that are out there that are seeking an outlook. I repeat myself. I can only imagine how many of our young brothers and our young sisters that are seeking an outlook. An outlook to a positive destination in their life. Because 9 times out of 10, our young people who are graduating, our young people that are moving from kindergarten to 1st grade, our young people that are moving from 8th grade to 9th grade, our young people that are graduating from high school to college, university, Job Corps, or what have you. They're seeking an outlook. Sure, it's one thing to say, well, my dad, my mom went to Morgan State. My dad, my mom went to Harvard University. My dad, my mom went to. So, once they show themselves That's all they're doing is showing themselves, but they're not showing themselves approved because you got the approval. You are the one, as the parent of our graduates, the parents of our youngins that are moving on and passing to their next grade. They need assurance from you. So you are the outlook. So brighten their cubicle, brighten their domain, so they can have at least a little vision of where they're going. See, when I speak of vision, it reminds me of when that phone call came in when I was in my 5th foster home in Catonsville. And that call came in August of 1968. And when the call came in, the foster parents, they sat me down and they shared that phone call with me. That phone call was my biological father on the call, and also child services was on the call. The nature of the call is that I was about to exit out of the world of foster home into biological home. So where was I going? I was going to New York, the South Bronx. So I didn't have an outlook. I tried to dream up a vision, but that vision was nowhere near what I saw in fruition. It was nowhere near what I was about to transform or transition into. In my little dreams, all I saw was land, grass. But then when I got to the Bronx and I saw buildings and large, tall buildings, and I saw people moving 1,000,000 miles an hour, I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared for that because of the fact that the elders did not sit me down and give me a vital description. Not a virtual, but a vital description. So I walked into it blindly. So now we have the opportunity to prepare our young people, to prep them, and to give them, a virtual outlook. A virtual, we can go on what? We can go on the computer and give it to them just like it is. L, listen. To be able to heed and obey. Let me tell you something. We are never too old to heed and obey. Because when we get beside ourselves, come on now. How many of you all have been in a situation where you had to go at somebody? How many of you are actually been in a situation where you had to go at somebody? Not physically, but verbally. You had to do what? You had to sit them down. And how many times have you been in a position where somebody had to go at you? Not physically, but verbally. Alright? You had to heed and you had to obey. Even if you didn't want to, you had to. Solutions. You. Unique. Are you unique? Are you special? Are you gifted? Are you divine? Do you have something that can take you to that next level? I'll say yes to all of the above. Yes, you are special and you're unique. It's just a matter of digging inside and pulling it out. Pull out your uniqueness. Trust me, I've been through, in this life I've lived, I can't tell you how many people done told me I'm crazy, something's wrong with me. You said I'll never make it. As a matter of fact, a recent post that was put up, it said, show your high school graduation picture. Well, I'm going to be truthful with you. I do not have a high school picture. I am nowhere in the yearbook. At least my picture's not there. Why, you may ask? Because I dropped out. Why? Because I quit. Why? Because I didn't want to go through that. I think it was in the 90s, I was speaking somewhere, and a young lady came up to me and she says, you went to Hillsborough High School? I said, yeah, I went to Hillsborough High School. And she says, I don't even see you in the yearbook. I say, I'm not in the yearbook. But then she just happened to have the yearbook with her. So she goes through the yearbook and she looks and she looks. And guess who she didn't find? She did not find me nowhere in the book. So she went to the last page and she opened up the last page and there were 3 names. I forget the first 2 names. The last name was Donald L. Dowridge Jr. And she said, is that you? I said, wow. I was amazed. I was taken back. I was flooded. She said, wow. Well, guess what? There were 2 other people on that same page with me, and us 3 were unique. That's right, we were unique. Somebody might say, he bragging about dropping out of school. No, I'm not bragging, dropping out of school. Because if the story is honestly told, I have my high school diploma, and if the story is honestly told, I do have a college degree. Simple. But me and those 3 people, me and them other 2, we are unique in that book. How are you unique? What separates you from all us other human beings? What gift do you have that make you separate from the norm? No, that's not a quiz, but that's something to think on for yourself. Because as far as I know, and I don't even know you like that, but as far as I know, you are unique. Your children are unique. They're special. How many of you all ever had somebody, look at your kids and say, oh, wow, she's beautiful. Oh, he's handsome. Because you look at your kids, all right, if you're the parent, you look at your kids each and every day as they are special to you. They are unique to you. Okay, let's give it up. Let's tell the real truth. Guess what? I know there's times you don't like what they do. But in the midst of them doing what you don't like for them to do, you might get upset, you might get mad, you get perturbed. But in the end of the day, who do you love? The T, tactfulness. We all got some people we got some people in our families. We got some people in our circles that do not use tact. They do not use filters. They tell it like it T.I. is. And if you don't like it, boo-hoo on you. Well, tactfulness will get you in a lot of doors. It will open a lot of doors. How many of you all ever seen your parents, phone ring, they answered. They might have just got finished screaming at you. Phone ring, hello, how are you? How can I help you? They're using tact. But as soon as that phone is hung up, what they back doing? Using untactfulness means. But trust me, use some tact, and I'll be the first to tell you, it took me a while to grab hold of tact and use it like it should be used. To open those doors, to befriend many, and to become friends of others. Alright? So tact. Self-sufficient is the I. Independent. Being self-sufficient. We all need a hand up. We all need a shoulder to cry on. We all need someone to speak to. Because I'm hearing it. We are creatures, alright, that was born to be around other people. We're not made to be by ourselves. We're not made to be locked up. We're not made to be cooped up. We are made to fly our wings. We are made to go out and greet others, to be friends with others. So, but in this instance, it's talking about being self-sufficient, to rely on your own means, to build up, so that you can stand strong. Stand strong in your everyday life. Because to be honest with you, we all have woke up, showered, breakfast, and hit that front door to go out to the world. And you know the old story, the world don't care anything about you. Who are you? Man, you better go sit down somewhere. That's the world talking to you. Life don't care about you, and it don't care about me. Because life is still saying, you know what? You best to get out my face. You best to go sit down. And when it's all said and done, you're in the casket, and what is life doing? Life is moving on. Life ain't shedding no tears for us. So that means that, guess what? We got to get up early in the morning, all right? We got to get on the bus, Gus, and we got to ride out. That's what we got to do. And that's where that self-sufficiency comes in. All right? Knowing who we are. Be observant. That's the O. Be mindful. All right? Be mindful of everything around you. Be mindful when you walk out into that world. All right? Teddy Pendergrass said, cold, cold world out there. It don't care anything about you or me. So how are you going to cope in that world? You feel me? Well, you cope by being mindful of all the situations that are out there. And you know how to stray away from what is right and what is wrong. I should say, you should stray away from what's wrong and get with what's right. Because it's going to continue to lead you and elevate you and prosper you to the pinnacle of your destination. I believe so. And it's proven. It's proven. Alright? N is novel. Alright? To depart from the old and get with the new. Depart from the old you and bring on a new you. Earlier I said, alright, fly or die. To reinvent. Ooh, this is a perfect time to reinvent you. See, when we talk about downsizing, we talk about a lot of people right now are getting those pink slips from the job. And I know how hard it is. I know that it can be heartbreaking. I know that it can bring tears. I know the questions come in. What I got to feed my family? I know. I'm right there with you. But inside of you, you got something. You got something. It's called a gift. You can take that knowledge that they gave you and use it to your advantage. I don't know what I was watching. I got to keep going there. I don't know what I was watching, but the question was, oh, that girl, she's still making those doggone bracelets. Well, when she looked at the bracelets, she said to herself with no one around, she said, ooh, I like these bracelets. Then she took one and she put it on her wrist, and she looked at it and said, wow, look how nice it is. Wow, how did she make it? Well, she took it back off and she kindly put it back in place. And when the sister came